Dear men, sometimes you do such a great job of hiding your pain, your trauma, your stress that we don't know. So how can I be more compassionate to you? How can I show you more support and love and care and understanding when I don't know what I'm supposed to be supporting, when I have no idea what I'm supposed to be understanding? And you may say, well, it should be common sense. I worked a 12-hour shift. How does she not know I'm stressed? Because some of you do a good job of pretending that you're happy, pretending that you love your job, that you love where you are in life, that you're in a good space to date or even be a good friend or even good family member when you're not. If you're faking being okay constantly, how can you be upset for us not realizing that's not okay? If you're feeling like the woman in your life has not been very compassionate and understanding to you in your situation, really ask yourself, have I really told my mom what I'm dealing with? Have I really told my sister how I've been feeling lately? Does my girlfriend know that my bank account ain't what she think it is? Because sometimes all you need to do is have a conversation. Hey, I have a billion things on my mind constantly and I'm stressed and it's not you. And you may say that should be common sense. Sometimes it's not common sense. Sometimes people think you are more capable of what you are doing. And if you keep faking the front, if you keep faking being happy and being capable, she's going to keep expecting that. And if there is a woman in your life that you've already expressed your pain, your trauma, your hurt, your stress that you're processing and healing and dealing with, and she isn't showing you more compassion or understanding, then it's time for you to walk away or distance yourself if it's family. Because sometimes women, we do lack empathy. Sometimes we are selfish, okay, a lot of times. But if you don't give us a chance to be there for you, to understand your problems, to listen to you, to put you up there and say, hey, he has feelings, he has emotions. If you're not opening up, how can you expect us to have sympathy for you? How can you expect us to kind of like comfort you if we don't know that you need comforting? I know we're not supposed to make assumptions about people, but the reality is people assume a lot. Women assume a lot. Your mom assumes a lot, your aunt, your sister, the woman you're dating, your wife, they make assumptions. So they're going to assume that you're okay unless you show signs and come out and say that you're not. People are going to assume that you have money unless you show signs of being broke. How can you expect someone to understand a situation if you haven't really let her know the truth? You know, you haven't let her know, I really don't have it like that right now. I really don't have the money to take you out. But when I get it, you're the first person I want to take out. Let her know that, because sometimes women can be more understanding than social media wants you to believe. Trust and believe. If a female, if a woman likes you, you don't need to have all the money in the world. But if you don't tell her, hey, this is what I'm kind of saying to myself, because I'm stressed, we're going to think you just don't like me. Actually believe that you're happy. We actually believe that you had a good day at work, right? We actually believe that you're not stressed out about a billion things. So if you're expecting more sympathy, more understanding, I'm going to need you to open up to that woman in your life, whether it's your mom, your aunt. If she doesn't know what you're going through, how can she adapt? Okay? Now, if you're dealing with someone who you've already expressed what you're going through and how it's affecting you and how stressed you are and how you ain't got it like that, and the person lacks compassion, then you need to get away from that woman. You need to distance yourself from that woman. I don't care who that woman is, because you deserve better than that. No matter how old you are, no matter how much money you have in your bank account, no matter how you look, man or woman, if a person is lacking compassion for you, not coddling, but compassion, you don't deserve that. So a lot of times growing up, men are told that crying is for girls, right? You're not supposed to cry, that it makes you weak. It does not make you weak. If you're a man and you're crying, you cried yesterday, you cried today, it does not make you weak. But please, if you have somebody who loves and cares about you, let them know what you're going through. And sometimes you may be surprised. I know it's hard to do. So usually I try not to use myself an example, but today here I am. So I'm going to give you some examples of a time where I, as a woman, was oblivious to what a man was going through. So when I was like 18, 19, there was this young man around the same age as me. He used to always want to take me out, right? Finally, I said, you know what? F it, take me out. So he took me to Red Lobster. When we went there, he didn't order anything, right? I thought he was being funny. I thought like he was being weird. And I thought about it later, like, oh, he probably didn't have enough money, but he still wanted to take me out. So instead of him telling me, look, I don't have enough money right now, but I do want to take you out, or when I get it, he didn't tell me that. He didn't have to do that. I would have been okay with just seeing him or a coffee date. We were young. Another time, you know, I was in a long-term relationship and I used to just push the issue. When are we going to get our own place? You know, why do you want to stay with your family? I didn't know that in the previous years, his mom had beat cancer, not once, but 2 times. So he wanted to be close to his family, to be there and enjoy the time that he felt like he had left. If I would have knew that in the beginning of the relationship, it would have set a whole different tone. You know, another time a man was dealing with something, I had no idea that he was stressed out about family, about kids that he had just found out about. They're teenagers, you know? He was dealing with that. I had no idea. I didn't know that. If you guys don't speak up, women cannot be there for you. And I'm not saying to speak up to every woman, because sometimes, yeah, they're going to use it against you. But are you going to go through life blocking the chance that you may have a person that can be there for you just because of what one or two people done? Life is hard, and it's harder when you don't let people in to give you that support and encouragement that you need sometimes. Stop assuming the worst of women. I know you see these horrible things about women on social media, but a lot of women in real life are not like that. They just want someone who's loyal and honest and does what he says. Don't make big promises. You don't have to make big promises to try to razzle dazzle a woman. But the problem is when you make a big promise and then you can't keep it, because that breaks the trust. And I hope you guys all find peace, happiness, and if you feel like you can't talk to the woman in your life or even the man in your life, therapy, a lot of insurances do cover therapy. I recently started therapy. They have Grow Therapy, which is online through an app or web browser. They have I Prevail. Talk to someone. If you're feeling like you're overwhelmed and stressed constantly, it's not normal. If you're feeling like you can barely get out of bed, it's not normal. If you're feeling like you're starting to isolate and pull back from everyone that you love and you know is there for you, get the help you need and do not be ashamed. We're all grown. And just like you go get that physical checkup, y'all go get, make sure you're doing the same thing for your mental. Just like you go to the gym and you put in those work so y'all can have those hot abs and those strong arms, you got to do the same thing for your mind. Dear man, old man, young man, black man, white man, if you don't tell us that you are stressed, we don't know. Sometimes they know and just don't give a fuck. In that case, run for the hills. Happy Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Clickety-clack that like and subscribe. And thumbs up. Shout out to my day ones. Where would I be without my baby?